I have now the honor to invite His Excellency Mr. Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, President of the Islamic Republic of Iran, to address the conference.
صبح بخیر خانم ها و آقایان. میخوام قبل از شروع صحبت یه جمله درباره سخنان جناب آقای دبیرکل عرض کنم. آقای دبیرکل فرمودن که ایران
said that Iran must accept the fuel exchange and that the ball is now in Iran's court. Well, I'd like to tell you and inform him as well that we had accepted that from the start, and I'd like to announce once again that to us it's an accepted deal. Therefore, we have now thrown the ball in the court of those who should accept.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. الحمد لله رب العالمین والصلاة والسلام علی سیدنا و نبینا محمد و آله الطاهرین و صحبه المنتجبین. اللهم عجل لولیک الفرج والعافیة والنصر واجعلنا من خیر انصاره و اعوانه والمستشهدین بین یدیه. جناب آقای رئیس، خانم ها و آقایان، خداوند را سپاسگزارم که فرصتی عنایت فرمود تا در مورد یکی از مهمترین موضوعات مشترک جهانی با یکدیگر گفتگو کنیم. بدون تردید کنفرانس بازنگری معاهده NPT از مهمترین نشست‌های بین المللی محسوب می شود. دوستان گرانقدر، جستجوی امنیت پایدار امری ذاتی، فطری و تاریخی است. هیچ کشوری از تأمین امنیت مطمئن بی نیاز نیست. پیامبران الهی و مصلحان نیز در پرتو ایمان به خدا و معارف الهی به دنبال دستورالعمل‌هایی بودند که اجرای آنها ضامن زندگی آرام و امن در دو جهان باشد. از دیدگاه آنان جامعه آرمانی جامعه است جهانی مبتنی بر توحید و عدالت که مملو از امنیت، عشق و برادری است و بهترین بنده خدا با همراهی حضرت مسیح علیه السلام و دیگر صالحان آن جامعه را راهبری می کنند. بدون احساس امنیت پایدار امکان برنامه‌ریزی همه جانبه برای پیشرفت و رفاه وجود ندارد. امروز علی‌رغم اینکه بخش وسیعی از منابع ملت‌ها صرف تأمین امنیت می‌گردد، نشانه‌ای از بهبود وضعیت و کاهش فضای تهدید مشاهده نمی‌شود. متاسفانه به دلیل دور شدن بعضی از دولت‌ها از تعلیمات انبیاء الهی، تهدید بمب‌های هسته‌ای بر تمام جهان سایه افکنده است و هیچ کس احساس امنیت نمی‌کند. بعضی دولت‌ها در راهبردهای خود بمب هسته‌ای را عامل ثبات و امنیت معرفی می‌کنند و این از اشتباهات
States define in their strategies the use of nuclear bombs as an element of stability and security, and this constitutes a gross mistake. The production and possession of nuclear bombs under any pretext is hazardous and first and foremost to the country of production and stockpiling, which is exposed the most to its hazards. You may recall the perilous and unintentional transfer of a nuclear missile on a bomber from a military base to another base in the United States, which became a matter of concern to the health and security of Americans and its government. The sole purpose of nuclear weapons is to annihilate all living beings and destroy the environment, and its radiations could affect future generations, leaving a negative impact on the environment that remains for centuries. The nuclear bomb is a fire against humanity rather than a weapon for defense. The possession of nuclear bombs is not a source of pride. Its possession is disgusting and shameful. And even more shameful is the threat to use such weapons, which, if used, the scale of its destruction is incomparable to any crime committed throughout history. Those who carried out the first atomic bombardments are among the most hated individuals in human history. The United Nations, in particular the Security Council, have for over the past 60 years been unable to establish sustainable security, let alone give a sense of security to nations in their international relations. The current international milieu seems far more challenging than previous decades. Wars, acts of aggression, and above all, the shadow of threat resulting from the stockpiling of nuclear armaments, and even worse, unfair policies applied by a select group of expansionist states, have obscured the prospect of international security. These days, communities largely carry a sense of insecurity as a result. Nuclear disarmament and non-proliferation have failed to materialize, and the International Atomic Energy Agency has been unsuccessful in discharging its mandate. During the past 4 decades, some states, including the Zionist regime, have been equipped with nuclear arms. Despite international measures to promote disarmament. So what really is the cause of failure to disarm? To answer this question, in fact, one should look into the policies and practices of certain states as well as the inefficacy of the NPT and the imbalances it curtails, some of which are as follows. First is what I label as the domineering influences. From the perspective of divine prophets and the righteous, and according to all humane concepts, the sublime growth and prosperity of man is measured by his morality, piety, modesty, and devotion to other fellow human beings. Unfortunately, by relying on a theory that states struggle is survival, some states seek their superiority through the power to threaten and suppress others, and sow the seeds of hatred, enmity. They promote arms race in the international arena. Their gross mistake is their assumption that might makes it right. Second is the misperception that there should even be a policy that allows the production and use of nuclear weapons. The first nuclear bomb was produced by a previous government of the United States. It seemed apparently that it would provide the United States and its allies the upper hand in World War II. However, it became the main source of encouragement to others to develop nuclear weapons and brought the world to the brink of a nuclear arms race. The production, stockpiling, and qualitative improvement of nuclear armaments in any given country now serves as a justification for the others to develop their own arsenals, a trend that has sustained over the past 40 years. 3, the misperception that nuclear weapons is a means of deterrence. This misperception which has in fact translated into policy, is the main cause of the escalation of arms race. Deterrence requires having an edge in both quality and quantity of weapons, which itself fuels the nuclear race. There are reportedly more than 20,000 nuclear warheads worldwide, half of which belong to the United States.